E aí galera do YouTube, tudo bom com vocês? Bem-vindo a mais um vídeo de Genshin Impact. E faz tempo, hein? Faz um tempinho que eu postei vídeo. Acho que faz um tempinho que eu postei vídeo de Genshin. Os últimos vídeos que eu postei foi de ZZZ, se eu não me engano. Mas pois é, né? Estamos aqui, 5.1, finalmente. Chegou a Citlali, que no caso eu vou ter que skipar por enquanto. Eu não consegui me cativar muito pela personagem, no caso, pela gameplay dela. Achei da hora andar de patins, achei, mas... se você pensar por outro lado, os personagens de Natlan, cara... eles são muito nichados pra ser bons só em Natlan. E eu não gosto disso, cara. Eu não gosto disso. Simbora que hoje é dia de... todos os nomes são nobres. A gente vai ganhar nosso... como é que era o nome da parada mesmo? O nome... tinha um nomezinho pros títulos, não tinha? Eu esqueci agora. A gente vai pedir pra Citlali fazer o nosso título, né? E aí vai começar a treta. Eu já vi o trailer lá e... nossa senhora. Vamos ver. Vai ter a guilda. Bem do lado. Simbora.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
Por quê?
No worries at all. We've all
Beautyzinho.
the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
Então Natlan tá se juntando com... o povo de Natlan tá se juntando com os aventureiros, né? Pra enfrentar o abismo. Claro. Tá vendo? Como sempre.
I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion.
Aí ficou de prontidão, né? Pra qualquer coisa acontecer.
The Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
Ótimo.
Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information, rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once.
Faz sentido.
So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
Eu tô de boa.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break.
Nossa, o abismo ainda está longe de ser encerrado.
Paimon knows that. It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Katina!
Oh, hey, Kachina!
Wait, what?
Feeling better now?
Hey, what the fuck? Mano. Eu tô ligado da greve lá dos dubladores, mas pô, cara. Botar pelo menos o japonês pra tapear, sei lá. Mas, pô, sem voz nenhuma. Tá imitando a parada lá do... Argente? Do Starreio, é? Cara. Minha Katina, mano. Soube que o Arconte Pyro está reunindo guerreiros para ficarem posicionados em áreas mais remotas. Então vim me alistar. Impressionante. Não ache que eu não soube de todas as coisas que vocês têm feito. Com todos trabalhando tão duro, tenho que fazer a minha parte também. Acho que vou ter que botar em japonês dessa vez, hein? Foi já um nome antigo, isso, nome antigo. Já disse que tá tudo pronto e podemos ir lá quando estivermos com tudo armado.
Wow! So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names! Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Citlali é uma verdadeira mestre. Ela não pode apenas forjar nomes antigos, como também pode todo tipo de coisa maneira. Ela sempre tem uma pilha de comissões para fazer. Então você realmente tem que esperar muito antes de ela terminar alguma coisa. Mas nesse caso ela liberou completamente a agenda só para trabalhar com vocês. Ela quer dar atenção total ao seu nome. Então devemos agradecer a ela diretamente. Direitinho, quando nos conhecermos. Então tudo que eu tenho que fazer agora é esperar pela minha atribuição. Se não tiver problema, a gente pode encontrar a Citlali juntas. Ela não me dispensaria, né? Oh.
Confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
Exato. Todos estão tão orgulhosos de você. Você é o futuro da sua tribo. Opa. Eu só encontrei um buraco no chão pra me enterrar por um tempo. Caraca, Katina. Ah, mano. Não escutar a Katina falando da tristeza tão grande. Deixa eu ver se eu posso botar em japonês, já ó. Esquece. 17 GB. 17 GB. Deixa que eu mesmo dublo a Katina. Caramba. Ah, então aqui é a oficina dela? A música, da hora. Katina, não fala muito, pelo amor de Deus. O rabo. Droga. Chilonen trouxe a pessoa que precisa de um nome antigo. Ela é super incrível e já aprendi um montão de coisa com ela. Posso garantir que ela merece mesmo o nome de uma heroína.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation.
Jovem, não sei sobre jovem não, hein?
Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yeah.
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
Ué. Tá dizendo que a Conta Pai não te contou?
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge an ancient name to ensure she'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills.
Não, ela não tava falando das suas habilidades, não.
But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things.
Normal.
The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time.
Pra evitar discussão com ela.
Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else.
É claro, faz todo sentido.
But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task.
Não, eu tô tranquilo, eu sou especial.
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it.
Aham.
We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that
Tu
particular
sabe
name.
quantas coisas heróicas eu já fiz? Né? Eu vi incontáveis efeitos gravados no manual do anterior delas. Parecia que conseguia fazer de tudo.
But they were all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom.
Oh.
To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name.
Você pode pelo menos tentar, né?
The greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
Você pode tentar, pelo
So
menos.
I don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone, yet she's still entrusted the task of forging an ancient name to me.
Porque ela sabe de alguma coisa que você não sabe.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Paimon entende. O que aconteceu antes? E só acabou dando inúmeras voltas na colina dos próximos.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
É claro, foi um pedido da própria Arconte, né?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon.
Não é isso?
If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is
Ela é
an
bonita.
affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Vamos ver se a gente consegue encontrar um jeito especial de fazer isso. Se a gente não conseguir fazer funcionar, tenho certeza que ainda podemos voltar e falar com a Arconte Pipe, né?
The
Certo?
key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record her heroic deeds.
É só a gente falar direto com o Pipe.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her.
Quer ver?
If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to?
Oh.
Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would probably
Entendo.
not be enough.
Ganhar reconhecimento de todos os 6?
I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is
Citlali!
at the Masters of the Nightwind, the one we call Granny Citlali.
Vovó?
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's
Huh?
hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed.
Mais velha?
I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
Feliz com a gente.
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already
Oh,
help
tô
before?
ligado.
You even managed to save Kachina.
A gente quebrou a parada.
Yeah, at the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into two.
Hã? Pois é.
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Citlali would still want to show respect to the Archon.
Né?
I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
O próprio Knight. Ele entende a situação inteira e já é um rosto familiar pra ela.
I'm unsure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
Ótimo, então eu vou entrar em contato com ele agora mesmo.
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Ok.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
Ok. Ah, ela não tá mais aqui. Knight chega após um tempo. Katina ainda tá aqui. Ah, não, ele também não. Tá de sacanagem comigo. Ah, ok. Nos encontramos novamente. Katina me contou tudo. Vou entregar a mensagem à mestre do vento noturno e conhecer que Citlali dá uma chance a vocês. E convencer Citlali a dar uma chance a vocês. Então eu vou aproveitar para explicar o que houve com a pedra Profé Espírito e oferecer a ela desculpas
I'm
pessoalmente.
sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
Yeah. Está tudo bem. Estamos todos trabalhando pelo bem do plano da Arconte. Afinal, todos aqui entendem quão desesperadora a situação se tornou.
Wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
A gente sabe tudo. Aham. Porque todos nós vimos um herói do passado se materializar de novo bem na nossa frente. Aí um Alan disse que um montão de conhecimento, memória, blá blá blá. Contar da noite, incluindo o motivo por trás da aparição do herói, assim como o atual estado do Reino da Noite.
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
Eu gosto dos brilhos que tem na perna dela. Eu gosto da personagem, cara. Eu só não sei onde eu poderia usar ela no momento. Esse é o problema. Capitão. Ah, identificaram o carinha? O Ororon. Ele também vem dos mestres do controle. Ele possui a maior parte de sua vida sozinho na natureza, longe do resto da tribo. Ok.
Citlali knows him too?
Isso mesmo, Ororon é um órfão criado pelo chefe dos mestres do vento noturno e muita gente tipo. Mesmo assim, ele tinha uma reputação estranha por toda a sua vida. Que reputação?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroron, but if they consider him the odd one, he's gotta be pretty far out there.
Por que ela tem tanto design de trovão, sendo que ela é gel? Nesse sentido, Auroron e Citlali tem bastante em comum, sendo por isso que eles se dão tão bem.
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Citlali could be the first one to notice Auroron's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her room.
Só faltou voluntariamente ou se foi coagido. Para provar que ela não traz o seu povo. Planejo usar isso como ponto de partida quando for conversar com ela.
So
Boa!
if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroron and the captain's whereabouts?
Isso. Entendi. 2 slimes com um golpe só.
Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for breaking
É verdade.
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan, as expected of Molly Poke Nietzsche.
Tempera.
Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Citlali can meet at the stadium in 2 days.
Vamos lá. 2 mudo. Também vou voltar. Ainda há algumas coisas que preciso arrumar.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Tem 2 mudo agora na história. Espere até amanhã, do dia depois de amanhã, ou seja, 2 dias. Já volto. Caramba, o problema era a hora.
with Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going.
Você tá de sacanagem comigo? Eu tava botando o tempo avançar até para as 6 horas da manhã e não tava dando certo. Avancei 5 dias e não deu certo. A questão era que eu tinha que avançar para as 8 horas da manhã para dar certo. Ai, vocês estão de sacanagem. Quem tanto tá aqui? Só a Shilonen mesmo.
Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, traveler.
Já que é só elas duas, eu posso deixar indo sozinho.
Have
Não
bad
tenho que ler.
news. Citlali did not reply to our request, although I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response? I guess she really does have quite the ego then.
A gente vai aqui
Yeah,
pessoalmente.
she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Nightwind often struggle to work with her. My guess is that she probably has other reasons for not deigning us with a response.
Vamos lá pessoalmente.
Let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
Ok.
That's true. Let's go!
Let's go, bora. Ela tá aqui? Lá de fora? Tá de sacanagem comigo. Oh! Deu certo. Já chama como esperado, Citlali não está lá. É claro que não.
Paimon doesn't see anybody.
Ela deve estar no quarto dela.
She's just not gonna show up, huh?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
Vamos bater na porta
That
dela.
might be true, but this is still a
What?
request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't the subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon. Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her.
Mas vocês têm que obedecer ela, não?
Is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike
Yeah.
that old hag Granny Eatstally, right? Does she think she can ignore
Paimon.
her just because she's famous?
Paimon! Paimon!
You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal.
Paimon!
She didn't even bother to reply to our letter. Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know. If that's
Paimon!
what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Paimon!
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right?
Velhota?
Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? Citlali.
Hã? Velha?
Wait, you're Citlali? You're Granny Eatstally?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny.
She's pretty.
You
Ela é
must
bonita
know this
também.
trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid.
Pera, então ela é realmente velha, só que
That
parece
look
nova?
off your face. You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Bonita.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
Ah!
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you?
Isso não é uma pergunta que se faça, Paimon.
How dare you?
Exato, Paimon.
You know it's rude to ask a lady her age.
Exato, Paimon.
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. It's just that your case seems really unique. Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well, you were gonna leave us out to dry.
It was my idea to invite you here, Citlali. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, understood. Besides, just showing up is the most important part. No?
Porque o áudio tá parecendo meio... Sabe como é que é? Quando a pessoa tá falando perto do microfone, aquela parte do X e dos S fica estalando. Tanto da Citlali quanto da Chilonen, eu tô notando isso. Será que é por causa do meu áudio, que tá meio alto demais? Ou será que é por causa do áudio deles gravado mesmo? Que gravaram mal?
But, of course,
Hmm.
it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me.
Oh.
At first, I
Ela
was
é gente
thinking
boa.
of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me. Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
Gostei dela. Que clima, hein?
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
Paimon, sem telepatia, por favor. Já tá esperando que a gente toque.
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Jesus Christ. Esse silêncio.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before. Let me explain.
Tela preta.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
Yeah, that's why we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you.
Ok. Já vai observar nossos feitos?
Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. O weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
O que é isso?
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night.
Yeah.
Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Paimon, relaxa.
Ah, shoo!
The fuck was that?
That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body.
Oh.
No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Damn.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
Paimon, relaxa.
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
É.
Oh, in that
Um
case,
gosto.
better to get rid of them.
É. Valeu.
It was nothing.
Eu fui exorcizado.
Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
Ó, a gente tem que pegar ele primeiro,
The
então.
Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands.
Oh.
The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Yeah.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other.
Importância.
But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time.
Ela tem um papel mais importante.
Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance.
Narida!
In other words, in a dream.
Preciso da ajuda,
I
Narida.
will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
Claro.
I can go.
Oh.
It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with Citlali to track down Auroron.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your
Tá tranquilo, é só um
If you
fatui.
need any help, just come find me.
É só um
Be sure
fatui.
to play it safe.
Bobeira. Bye bye, Shilonen. Linda.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroron's place to look for clues.
Ah.
He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. there was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Eu tô achando que é a dubladora que tem algum problema com S, cara. Sei lá, mano. É mais com ela do que qualquer outro personagem, mano.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
Ó, o Paimon não tem.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just
Ah,
spends his
like-
days living in the country and raising aphids?
Ó,
He's
you know.
only in his 20s. What would they want with him? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one
Vocês não
who was
sabem quanto
kidnapped
isso tá me
out of
dando agonia,
everyone
cara.
in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me.
Besteira. Uma mão lava a outra.
Please help me get him back.
You can count on us.
All right, then let's start by heading to where Auroron was seen last.
Uma mão lava a outra, minha amiga, sempre. Simbora. Qual é a pista? Por que tá escuro?
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me,
A dubladora dela é boa.
but Auroron really is a good kid.
Gostei da voz
I
dela.
see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with the Fatui. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. And the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him.
Não.
He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
Ele não parece ser uma pessoa ruim.
Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him.
Verdade.
He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements.
Ah,
Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
visão elemental.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things. Here, give me your hand.
Ó. Ela realmente é especial, hein, pô. Ó, tô vendo um rastro. Oi.
How about now?
What do you see?
Tô vendo uma coisa no chão. Paimon não consegue ver, não.
Paimon can see it now
tá.
too.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston
É uma
too.
bruxa!
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston.
Yeah.
You're extraordinarily gifted.
Logo, logo a gente vai ter o
We'll
elemento
need to
pálido.
use our vision now to track down Auroron. Good luck, you two.
Tranquilo. Pode deixar comigo.
Over here, this way! Citlali might lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that?
Oh, Paimon was just complimenting you. Really.
Cuidado não, Paimon.
Right here.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me?
Narida, talvez?
But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. But given the looks on their faces just now, or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
Oh. Eita, cara, mas consegue escutar os pensamentos dela.
Was that Citlali's voice?
Ah, deve ser o efeito do colateral dos feitiços de lançou.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time.
Oh.
Some things are best done with the help of friends.
Oh, she's cute. Então agora nós podemos ouvir os pensamentos dela por telepatia. Uau, isso é incrível. Mas ela não sabe que tá compartilhando com a gente.
Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Oh. Gostei, adorável. Para postar, deixa com a gente. Genial. Gostei, gostei. Gostei desse detalhezinho. Tem um... Eu peguei quase todos do mapa. Eu não tô achando peixe não, então fica para outro dia.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yeah, judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Foi o Endou.
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be some sort of symbol?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Auroron was indeed being threatened. We've got to find him. Fast.
Quick.
Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably under the Fatui's watch. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death.
No!
But what if my darling grandson is also
Grandson?
there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire.
Neto?
I've got to be careful, otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
Quando é que elas vão contar pra ela, hein? Pam, pam, pararara. Pam, pam, pararara.
People staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Kanichi told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things.
Eletro é do Auroron e Pyro é vestígios da Arconte que ficou no...
It's about
Capitana.
time that little brat said something nice about me.
Ei!
There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
Given there are 2 signals leading from here, we should split up as well.
Oh.
I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Let's meet up again later.
Ok. A gente se vê.
Roran, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but it's to bring other people into this as well. Ah, you little brat.
And off she goes. Traveler, did you hear all of that as well?
Sim.
Once Citlali left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
Gostei do design dela, cara. Gostei mesmo do design
So
dela.
you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads. She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past.
É,
Huh,
com
maybe
certeza.
we're a special case and can hear her thoughts as a side effect.
É, a gente é especial.
If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her.
Eu também gostei dela. Qual era o elemento dela mesmo? Vai ser cryo, né? E ela vai ser catalisador, alguma coisa assim? Quem sabe, né? Vai vir depois da Mavuica, quem sabe?
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead.
Achou alguma coisa? Mas...
Did you find something?
acaba aqui.
Huh. So we can't tell where Auroron might have gone from here. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these
Olha pra
footprints
cima!
either. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
Além disso...
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
Oh, a gente consegue escutar ele. Igual a gente consegue escutar a Citlali. Oh! Hello? The fuck? Ué. Não faço ideia. Oh, não.
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you.
Não.
I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of...
Tua boca não tá se mexendo, filho.
Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
E aí, capitano?
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
que vocês querem?
I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person.
Ok.
I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this.
Granny. Granny.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Ah, estou bem.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
Mais ou menos.
Citlali! She froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have
Não, tá bem.
itches or
Coceira.
pain anywhere? Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
I'm okay. É. Também concordo. Mas Paimon vai junto.
Feeling sick, you should just say so. Citlali should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word. In any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now. Need to be more careful next time.
Relaxa,
Feeling
filho.
better yet, traveler?
Estou
All
perfeito.
right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one or not at all. But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Tranquilo. Eu consigo dar conta de qualquer fatui.
Look over there.
Estou olhando.
I don't think she sees someone in the middle
Ah, outra, tá vendo?
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right
Jesus
off.
Christ!
Citlali's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts. On my count. 3, 2, 1!
Jesus Christ! Ela até tremeu na hora de sair.
Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
Tu tá atirando em quem, homem? What the fuck?
Let's end this quickly. Stay right there.
Strike 'em up!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me. Yeah.
You ain't messing around! Look alive!
Into the wind.
Hi! Yoo-hoo!
Send this quickly.
Easy.
One with nature.
Oh, hello.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves adorn my night. Into the wind.
Pronto?
Auroron!
Hi.
Granny.
Granny.
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eatsley, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you too, other Granny.
What the fuck?
What did you just call her?
Granny. Is that not right? You are Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured you're also a Granny.
Jesus Christ.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
Nossa.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
Caramba, filho.
Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
É verdade. É
Do
verdade.
you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron?
Aurora.
Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Hã?
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
The fuck?
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the cake. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're
Jesus
just
Christ.
lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Que mulher. Ela é.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this? Not a chance.
Oh, Jesus.
They didn't hurt you, did they?
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape after his battle with the Pyro Archon?
Yes,
So why did you do it?
because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey, I'm no ordinary Granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value and not stop to think? Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Don't think for a second that she doesn't know what's happening. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you forgotten the words that I've taught you?
I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Ugh, forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence.
Acho que ela é outra faruzão, pô.
Let's place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also, once we return to the city, come to the speaker's chamber with me. I'll need you to explain everything.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
Your vegetables?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too picky about the selection.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face with the Pyro Archon, the first thing you should do is...
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the Fatui!
How exactly did the masters raise this guy?
Don't know.
Oh, right.
Meu Deus do céu. Ok.
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Citlali's safety.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for her forgiveness?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Citlali is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have other things to do.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron, please report back to the speaker's chamber as soon as you've received notice of the Archon's decision.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Granny.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side of the deal.
Yeah.
Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Oh, thank you.
Conto com você.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you wait for the good news.
What?
Bye for now. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Goodbye, other Granny.
Ficado demais. É, tô ligado, tô ligado.
We're finally
A verdade. Ele quer a verdade.
find some grub.
Eu preciso te contar.
What is it, traveler?
Sim, ok. Vai pelo menos contar pra Paimon, né? Faz sentido.
What? That captain?
Não grita, caramba!
Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And he didn't attack you?
Ele quer conversar.
That Auroron, what is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything was happening. All that stuff about protecting Citlali and being forced to help the Fatui, when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along.
Precisamos de mais informações.
Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together.
Yeah!
Still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll
Se eu
just
disser que eu vou
meet them
pro
when
inferno, o
time
Paimon vai
comes.
junto, cara. Você que é parceira de viagem. O povo critica Paimon, mas... eu não suporto a Paimon, cara. O tanto de merda que ela passa só por estar do lado da gente. Ele tá aqui mesmo? Tô vendo ninguém aqui. E aí, meu chapa, cadê? Tem ninguém. A música mudou.
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't let this be a trap.
Ele quer ter certeza que a gente veio sozinho.
What was that?
Paimon, relaxa.
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
Como é que tu fugiu da Citlali?
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
Se eu não me engano, ele é tipo alguma coisa sobre ser um morcego, né?
You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing shady stuff behind people's backs.
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her. Sometimes you two sound really similar, you know.
Granny Paimon.
So you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could.
Você quer? Por que a gente tá aqui? Lá vem ele. Ou não. The fuck?
It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent.
The fuck?
The fact that you showed up
Ninja do caramba.
is right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side.
Depende de como você quer fazer as coisas.
State of things to continue. We will inevitably clash, and that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
Ok.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Yeah?
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back?
É plano de 500 anos, fi.
If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Tevat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her.
Qual é o outro plano?
But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along, the details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you?
Qual é o plano?
Emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan.
Qual o custo?
Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses.
E...
My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss.
Ok.
We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
Não, então...
I knew you to be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Tem alguém aqui?
Someone's here.
Quem?
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Caraca!
Something is rapidly approaching. Oh no.
thing. Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
Citlali! When did you get here?
Já veio dando um socão, maluco.
Something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Really?
Ela é inteligente, pô.
Oh, here we go again.
Minha amiga, tu deu um soco no peito dele.
You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying quiet?
Ele não consegue.
Trying to avoid anything.
Oh, and now you're talking back.
What the fuck?
Well, go on then. Explain yourself. What the heck are you up to?
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
But...
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
Jesus Christ!
Wait, Citlali! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So, maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This isn't over.
Jesus.
Hear me?
Jesus Christ.
You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two keep an eye on Auroron for me, okay?
Caraca, ela veio atrás dele. O sorriso, filho da mãe. O general em seu labirinto? Foi isso que eu vi? Mia, mamma mia.
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? You've got a head on your shoulders, Auroron. Use it!
Use
Why
it!
did you help the captain? And I want the truth this time.
Porque ele acha que ele tá certo, né?
No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question. What does the captain want? What is his purpose in Natlan?
To save Natlan.
Really? You're just going to stonewall me? Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the captain? Only endless trouble awaits you and everyone in the tribe. You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation instead of constantly clashing like this.
Why is he staring at us all of a sudden?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this.
Tá de boa.
You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny's scolding.
Jesus Christ, ela voltou.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves?
Jesus
instead of listening
Christ!
to me? You...
Sorry, Granny.
Granny? Que até pai morto.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny.
Ela tá me dando medo.
You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me?
Jesus Christ.
You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables. I don't need anything from you.
Caraca, dubladora show de bola, mano. A dubladora da Citlali tá muito bem, muito boa, cara.
He hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history. Paimon's starting to get lost.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time.
Será que ele tem dupla personalidade?
His voice. Auroron! Where have you gone?
Wait, what?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't
Uma ilusão.
he in front of us?
Filho da mãe, que uma ilusão.
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Motherfucker!
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion.
Caraca.
Off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more useful?
Meu Deus do céu.
Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet,
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
definitely going to break his legs.
Eu gosto dela.
Oh, that's a little extreme.
Eu gostei dela, cara.
Still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan, then can't we work together?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial. Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Ah, that brat. I swear.
A gente pode perguntar quanto, né? Exato. TV.
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this.
Esse S. Que agonia.
Do you two have some time?
Yeah.
Feeling hungry? How about we get something to eat?
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last ate.
Sério?
Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry she is.
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
Um secreto pra corrente, então ela pode fazer uma... Pode fazer as honras.
It's become Paimonville!
Oh.
Citlali looks quite down on herself.
Nossa, eu joguei pra cima da Paimon, sério?
Alright. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the best guide into that? So you can just sit back and enjoy, Citlali. Paimon will take care of it.
Uau!
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to a meal.
Shut up!
We can save you some Mora.
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be an old hag, but I like to think I'm not completely useless.
Ai, caraca.
Sure, that's fine with us, but Paimon doesn't want you to be sad, Citlali.
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work wonders.
Oh. Sounds marvelous. Calma para sentar. Você para uma pele comer, você começa a beber a garrafa atrás de garrafa. Nossa, já tô vendo o que é que isso vai dar. Ela tá se embebedando.
What are you looking at?
Do you see two people standing by the door?
Oh
They
god.
look like spitting images of each other. Are they twins?
Jesus Christ. Ela vai desmaiar daqui a pouco.
Paimon only sees one person there.
Paimon, por que tu tá falando feito bêbado também?
How could that be? guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be.
Jesus Christ.
Bottle, boss.
Do you think she's drunk?
Eu ficaria surpreso se ela não tivesse, não é?
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends. Not to mention ones who've made a huge name for themselves recently.
Oh, you know me?
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Né?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Citlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know. I don't even remember the last time I saw her with a new friend.
Oh.
So, you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great.
What the fuck?
She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the Nightwind. Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk to her.
Ela é realmente velha?
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
Alright, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Well then, you have my thanks.
Sem cara vazio. Pula, criatura! Você está realmente bêbada ou é complexo na sua cabeça? Eu acho que ela tá realmente bêbada, hein?
Citlali? Citlali?
Ou ambos.
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name.
Jesus Christ.
Let me guess. You want to test your skills against Granny Eatsley, don't ya?
Are you still with us, Citlali?
No.
Kinda talking to no one.
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You brats start it, I finish it, and then I end up with the reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the shamans.
Ah, pô.
I mean, come on.
Nossa, o cara tá encarando mesmo, hein?
Me? Really? What did I do to deserve that?
Oh.
Granny Citlali, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly. And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have a pretty packed schedule, you know. Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey,
Oh shit.
kid.
Sobrou pra mim.
You.
Acho que eu sou criança nova.
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him.
Seu ensinamento, senhora?
That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Cara, essa dubladora mandou muito bem com a Citlali. Jesus Christ, ela dormiu.
Fall asleep with her eyes open?
What the fuck?
Apologies.
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Oh.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks, few have been able to master hers.
Oh.
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color of danger. has now arisen within that pair of eyes. Huh?
Acordou.
Traveler? Paimon?
What's wrong?
Oh, God.
I'm gonna hurl.
Meu Deus.
Hang on, just keep it in.
Minhas nossas.
Phew.
Meu Deus do céu.
Okay, it's passed. That was a...
Caraca.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just now.
How embarrassing.
Cara, eu tô impressionado com essa dubladora,
Sorry you
cara.
had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear. I've never thrown up, not once.
Não, bem, não sabia disso.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
É uma boa ideia.
There's so much that I want to say, but I can't.
Sim, tu não contou sobre a parada do DV.
Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon, it's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Normal, a gente já escutou.
Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame?
No.
I'm talking about shame. I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it. Surely, you know the feeling too?
Actually...
Né?
Huh? Tell me what?
Yeah, this is as good a time as any.
É verdade. Tudo bem, tente não ficar muito chateada. Agora o teu resgate mais objetivo. Imparcial quanto impossível. Se der compartilhar algum de seus sentimentos com você através de um encantamento, permite temporariamente ler os seus pensamentos. Pois é.
So, you heard my...
Yeah!
Okay, Citlali, you had every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much! It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing!
Isso já aconteceu?
That, happens to you a lot.
Foi o que eu pensei também, Paimon.
Happens to people in general, okay?
Aham.
Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just picking something generic.
Aham.
Take a
Derrotada.
walk with me. I have things to share with you.
Agora, né?
She's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Ai, caraca, eu adorei. Mas se vocês querem saber o que ela tem pra dizer, então assista o próximo vídeo, que eu vou encerrar esse vídeo aqui. Caramba. Mais de 1h30 já, tá bom. Bom, mas é isso aí, galera. Se curtirem o vídeo, deixa um like. Nossa, a Citlali é muito da hora, cara. Adorei a personalidade dela. Tá certo que ela é meio rabugenta, mas né, ela teve esses motivos. Mas quando tá dizendo, esse vídeo acaba ficando por aqui. Vejo vocês no próximo vídeo de Genshin Impact. Valeu? Valeu!